tough like steel. You get used to the beastly smell, I hear. Off. Peddler is eager for you to have a look at the wares. Says you should take it easy. Let's see. Imagine if you landed at the bottom of the mountains. Offers you extraordinary prices for extraordinary things. Understands you have things to do. Says Lobo is the will be a... Worth going outside just to see the night sky. Took care of it. Middle-lifed. Not enough key energy. Amazing how much that helps. That's interesting. An old home that's still standing. The best stories are about heroes. This is such a story. That seems like the cranks need to be unturned in the right order if you want to crack the strong box open. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Ah, the Gnoat pen. Noko never leaves this place. She's always put the living things first. Let's see.
Turi kumbala mua. Bala.
Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again.
Amun.
She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her Majut when you were a kid.
Asana yotpa.
Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark.
Taifanana numa.
But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going. Seems reluctant to even say its name. It's become personal to her too, since it's taken so many of her innocent gnoats as prey. Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be. She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least. She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still. Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here. Then you are stronger than her. She can't help wanting Lupa Lupin to pay for what he did to her Gnoats, despite the fact it's against her nature.
There's a bright day coming!
Hey, that's going to get you burned.
The only one getting burned around here is you.
That stings.
Oh, do you want some first aid for that?
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones. The choices can be overwhelming, but you have to choose, or you just stay where you are. And what kind of choice is that? So happy the world is going to live, would have been crushed to see all the Gnoats die with it. Likes that you stood up for the world and spurred your way toward helping it out. Glad you saw the light with the myriad. They always bring a sparkliness to any day, and sometimes the nights too.
Andro?
Says that's only for a little while, and when your eyes clear, you see everything even better than before. But let's not speak of that now. She has an idea where the Majut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the Majut Meadow. The Majut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you. You should lead the Majut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater. She's sad that something as wild as the hoof puff can't be tamed, but has to come to terms with the fact that you need to stop it. Look at those peaks. You found the Majut meadow. Watch out for the Majut. You've already drained yourself. Getting wetter by the minute. Those skulls aren't going to crack themselves. Wow, that's good stuff. It's becoming terminal. So many creatures doing so many things during the day.
Andro?
Now that the Majut is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned. She says the Majut is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down. The Majut once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down. She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Majut by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time. She figures the choosies from the old world are made from gummy trees, but wouldn't be surprised if they were actually made from some chemical concoction, though. A crossway. This means you have a choice to make. Which way? That's shutting good. This story is as powerful as you'll let it be. Says you'd think with the world dying, everyone would stop trying to figure out ways to blow it up. Not so with Boom. He just keeps figuring out new splody things. The noise is awful, but the bust craters are even worse. Tells you to just listen for the explosions. Hard to miss. Says Boom's grandma used to be big into explosions too. The old lady taught the young Boomer everything she knew. He blasted right past her now, though. Thinks you and Boom will fit right in. Ready to roll? The day is calling. Better luck next time. There's not much left of what we want to get your arms swole. Grab those guns flexors and get pumping that iron. Got to time it right to make them work. Left, right, left, right. Pumping good, looking better. Couldn't just be open, eh? Needs a key. That's a motored blind box dispenser. These auto markets were quite popular in the long gone for those who had coin left for fun. Cranks like these usually need to be... What you see is what you get, once it's out of the blind box, that is. Light is the best, period. You shouldn't be surprised if you stumble on more of these. It's an electro panel, a closed loop that pushes voltage spark. Flick the switches in order to green-light the current and activate the electrons in the panel. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark.
Ariaroche nui mumera.
With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Majut calms down. But Noko is still concerned.
Asadurutu.
She's relieved the Majut has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got.
Inadabsunka.
The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world Mechamajut.
Asilnatu.
If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the Smilo Shopperia while scavenging for treats for the Gnoats. That's not so far away.
Andro?
Seems to her they preferred the Mechamajuts over the living counterparts in the old world. Maybe the Gnoats were near extinct.
Minalagi mamuru.
Noko is always willing to help.
Kala.
She shouldn't need to remind you that the Majut needs a heavy sit-tight, and it's your job to get one.
Chialdo male canoto.
The only thing keeping the tree alive is the work you put into it.
Canyalano toro.
Has plenty to do, so no worries.
Monibasa.
Noko is always willing to help.
Asana yotpa.
We'll be around when you return.